I'm about to show you the Stoic secret to unshakable peace. And it's a simple idea with extraordinary power. In fact, it's so powerful that even one day of applying this idea will change your entire week. I guarantee it. But before we get into that, I want you to consider the reason why you're here watching this video. Maybe you're stressed out about something going on at work or in your personal life. Or maybe you're just feeling stuck and unmotivated and you want to find your passion in life. Whatever it is, I want you to know that you're not alone. As a professional, I spend my days trying to solve complex problems and make a positive impact in the world. But even I struggle with finding motivation and dealing with the stress of everyday life. That's why I've made it my mission to help others live better and more fulfilling lives by teaching practical wisdom from the great thinkers of the past. Now, without further ado, let's dive into the Stoic secret that will change your life forever. Are you ready? Here it goes. What if I told you that most of your stress comes from focusing on things you can't control? In today's episode, I'm going to introduce you to the key Stoic idea called the Dichotomy of Control. You see, it's easy to get caught up in the chaos of daily life and feel overwhelmed by all the things that are beyond our grasp. But according to the Stoics, there's a simple yet powerful way to overcome this challenge. By understanding the difference between what we can and cannot control, we can free ourselves from unnecessary stress and anxiety and instead focus on what truly matters. This idea was first introduced by Epicurus, one of the founders of Stoicism, and it's been guiding people towards inner peace and resilience for centuries. But don't worry if you're new to Stoicism. All you need to know is that the Stoics were a group of philosophers who lived thousands of years ago. They had some really good ideas about how to live a good life and deal with whatever comes our way. And this idea is one of their best. Let me explain. Some things are in our control, like our thoughts and actions, and some things are not in our control, like the weather or other people's opinions. The Stoics believed that we should focus our energy on the things we can control and let go of the things we can't. This might seem like a simple distinction, but it's actually quite profound. Think about it. When we focus on the things we can't control, we are essentially wasting our time and energy on things that are beyond our power to change. For example, let's say you're planning a picnic in the park and it starts raining. If you decide to get upset and stressed about the rain, then you're focusing on something you can't control. On the other hand, if you choose to see it as an opportunity to relax under a tree and enjoy a cozy day indoors, then you're focusing on what you can control, your mindset. This idea has the potential to change your life because it teaches you to stop worrying about things that are beyond your control and start focusing on the things that are. By doing so, you'll find that you have less anxiety, less stress, and ultimately a greater sense of inner peace. But that's not all. This idea also helps us avoid regret. When we look back on our lives, we often regret the things we didn't do or the mistakes we made because we focused on the wrong things. For example, let's say you've always wanted to start a business, but you never took the necessary steps because you were too afraid of failure. In this case, you can't control whether or not you're successful, but you can control whether or not you take the steps towards success. By focusing on the things you can control and letting go of the things you can't, you can avoid future regrets and live a life that you're proud of. And the best part is that this idea is incredibly easy to apply in your daily life. Let me share 2 Stoic exercises that can help you practice this idea and start experiencing the benefits. First exercise: what's in your control, what's not. As I said, the first step towards achieving inner peace is to understand the difference between what we can and can't control. So I want you to take some time to reflect on the things that are currently causing you stress or anxiety. Now, I want you to divide a piece of paper into 2 columns, one labeled "in my control" and the other labeled "not in my control." Take each item that's causing you stress or anxiety and place it in the appropriate column. This exercise is a great way to gain perspective and remind yourself to focus on the things you can control. Second exercise: response training. Once you've done the control audit, I want you to start practicing response training. This involves consciously shifting your focus from the things you can't control to the things you can whenever you encounter a situation that evokes an emotional response. For example, if you're driving to work and traffic gets bad, don't start stressing about the things you can't control, like the traffic or the other drivers. Instead, focus on what you can control, like your own driving and your reaction to the situation. You might be able to listen to a podcast or an audiobook while you're stuck in traffic, or you might choose to stay calm and relaxed despite the frustrating circumstances. The key is to be aware of your emotional state and make a conscious effort to focus on what you can control. So those are 2 Stoic exercises that can help you apply this idea of dichotomy of control to your daily life. But you might be wondering why this idea works so well. Why is it that focusing on what you can control leads to inner peace and resilience? Well, the answer lies in the very nature of the human mind. Our minds have the tendency to wander and focus on the things that are beyond our control because they're often the things that we fear the most. However, by practicing the exercises I just shared with you, you can train your mind to focus on what you can control. And in doing so, you'll find that you're less likely to be consumed by fear and anxiety. Furthermore, focusing on what you can control allows you to take action towards your goals without being held back by doubt or hesitation. When you realize that you have the power to shape your own destiny, you become more proactive and less passive in your approach to life. This newfound sense of agency can lead to greater self-confidence and a more fulfilling life. In fact, many successful people today apply this same idea to their daily lives. Athletes, for example, focus on the things they can control, like their training regimen and mindset, rather than worrying about the outcome of the game. Entrepreneurs focus on building a great product and serving their customers rather than worrying about their competitors. Military leaders focus on their strategy and the capabilities of their troops rather than worrying about the enemy's plans. The truth is that the dichotomy of control is a universal principle that can be applied in any situation. It's not a matter of being optimistic or naive, but rather a practical and effective way of dealing with the challenges of life. By now, you must have realized that the dichotomy of control is a powerful idea that can help us find peace and happiness in a world that's often beyond our understanding. It's a simple yet effective way of dealing with the ups and downs of life, and it can be applied in every aspect of our lives. But now, I want to challenge you. I want you to try this for the next 24 hours. Every time you face a problem or a setback, ask yourself, is this in my control? If not, let it go. Don't waste your energy worrying about things that are beyond your power to change. Focus instead on the things you can control and let the things you can't go. Trust me, you'll feel lighter, happier, and more at peace. Thank you for watching this video. If you found it helpful, please like and subscribe to show your support. And don't forget to comment below how this Stoic principle has helped you. See you in the next video.